Welcome to this explainer. We so often look at getting a good night's sleep or finally making time to exercise as these sort of optional lifestyle bonuses, right? Like they're nice to have, but ultimately totally expendable when life gets busy. Well, the science actually tells a remarkably different story. Today, we're going to completely reframe how you think about your daily routines. We're looking at these habits not as optional chores, but as your literal biological armor, the actual physical fortress required to defend our bodies from illness, infection, and chronic disease. Let's get into it.
Here's the roadmap for the fortress we're building together today. 1. The body's defense system. 2. The night shift, which is sleep. 3. The bidirectional immune relationship. 4. Moving for immunity. 5. Escaping the sedentary trap. And finally, 6. The total health ecosystem.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the body's defense system, your internal fortress.
So to build this armor, we first really need to understand the complex, multi-layered network that is actively protecting us every single second of the day. Basically, your immune system operates in two distinct divisions. First up, you have your innate immunity. Think of this as your immediate, broad-spectrum frontline guards. They react instantly to threats. Boom, done. But then you have your adaptive immunity. This is your acquired defense. It's like a highly trained special ops team. Over time, your adaptive immunity actually learns to recognize specific threats. It builds an immunological memory, so the next time you encounter a certain virus or pathogen, it knows exactly how to neutralize it. It's incredibly smart.
Moving on to Section 2, the night shift, sleep and active immunological construction.
We usually just think of sleep as a time when the brain simply powers down to rest, right? You get into bed, you turn off. But immunologically speaking, when you fall asleep, your body initiates a highly active biological construction phase. Your breathing and muscle activity slow way down, which is entirely by design. Why? Because it frees up vital metabolic energy for your immune system to get to work. During this time, your body actively ramps up the production of cytokines. These are proteins that act as messengers, basically telling other white blood cells to prepare to attack. So just like sleep helps your brain consolidate memories from the day, this immune activity during sleep is exactly how your body consolidates its immunological memory, strengthening that special ops adaptive defense we just talked about.
And this brilliantly illustrates the real-world stakes of that process. When we look at vaccines, which, remember, rely entirely on teaching your adaptive immunity how to fight a specific threat, sleep is an absolute game changer. Studies on vaccines for hepatitis B and the H1N1 swine flu show that if you're totally sleep-deprived the night after getting your shot, your body mounts a significantly weaker immune response. It's wild. In some cases, the memory consolidation is so compromised you might actually need a second dose of the vaccine just to get the required protection. That's how deeply sleep and adaptive immunity are intertwined. It's not just rest, it's active defense.
And this mechanism goes far beyond just fighting off viruses. The science shows that a lack of sleep even throws off the regulatory systems that manage allergies. Get this, sleep deprivation drastically lowers the threshold of peanut exposure required to trigger an allergy attack in susceptible individuals by a staggering 45%. 45%! Your biological armor is profoundly weakened across the board when it doesn't get its night shift.
Which brings us to Section 3, the bidirectional immune relationship, how sickness actually changes our sleep.
So, just as sleep fortifies our immunity, our immune system directly hijacks our sleep architecture when we're actively fighting off a foreign pathogen. It's a fascinating two-way street. Think about it. When you get sick, you naturally feel exhausted and just want to stay in bed, right? But the kind of sleep you get completely changes. Take a look at the breakdown here. You'll experience a massive surge in stage 3, or deep sleep. That's because deep sleep is when your metabolism is at its absolute lowest, freeing up the massive amount of energy your body needs to mount a fever. On the flip side, REM sleep is virtually abolished. Why? Well, during REM sleep, your body goes into a state of muscle paralysis. And if you're paralyzed, you can't shiver. Shivering is a critical mechanism for maintaining the high body heat of a fever. So your immune system literally rewires your sleep stages to win the battle.
It really is an incredible biological response, but it begs a very important question. So what happens to our defenses when we finally wake up?
Let's find out in Section 4, Moving for Immunity, the Active Armor.
Now it's time to transition from the low metabolism state of deep sleep to the active, driving physical requirements of our waking hours. Physical movement is the active layer of our biological armor, and the updated World Health Organization global guidelines offer some really empowering news. If you look at the adult category here, The sweet spot for substantial health benefits is 150 to 300 minutes of moderate aerobic activity, or 75 to 150 minutes of vigorous activity a week, plus muscle strengthening twice a week. But here is what's truly revolutionary about these updated guidelines. They removed the old rule that exercise had to happen in bouts of at least 10 minutes. The science now confirms that literally any bout duration counts toward your total. Plus, for the first time, these guidelines explicitly outline safe, beneficial targets for pregnant and postpartum women, as well as people living with chronic conditions or disabilities. Every single movement counts toward building that armor.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the sheer scale of the evidence backing it up. In a massive CDC study observing more than 500,000 U.S. adults, 500,000 people, researchers found that those who simply met these aerobic and muscle strengthening guidelines were about half as likely to die from the flu and pneumonia as adults who met neither. Meeting these targets literally cuts your risk of dying from these respiratory infections by 50%. That right there is the absolute power of Active Armor.
But there's a catch. Section 5, escaping the sedentary trap, moving beyond the desk.
We really have to look at the other side of the coin here. The WHO guidelines place a massive, distinct focus on the specific dangers of prolonged sitting, which can actually compromise your biological fortress even if you do manage to hit the gym. Remaining trapped in a chair all day is directly associated with an increase in all-cause mortality, cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and cancer mortality. Being sedentary isn't just a lack of movement, it operates as an active, persistent threat to your immune regulation and your metabolic health.
But the good news is there is a very clear and immediate solution. Replacing sedentary time with physical activity of any intensity provides health benefits. You do not need to break a sweat to break the trap. Replacing sitting with even light activity, like just taking a short walk or standing up to stretch, yields immediate benefits. And the data shows that high volumes of moderate to vigorous activity can actually largely offset the immunological and metabolic damage of working a desk job. So get up and move.
All right, bringing it all together in Section 6, the total health ecosystem, supplying the fortress. We've talked about sleep, and we've talked about movement. Now it's time to zoom out and look at the entire fortress, pulling in the remaining holistic guidelines from the CDC that supply our interconnected defense system. The CDC sums it up so simply and powerfully with this quote, "Taking care of yourself will help your immune system take care of you." Everything is connected. Every single daily lifestyle choice ripples through your immune capability. These final pillars represent the vital supply lines keeping our immunological guards fully functioning. Eating a nutrient-rich diet while limiting processed foods provides the exact vitamins and minerals your immune cells need for optimal function. Maintaining a healthy weight is absolutely critical too. In fact, clinical obesity is linked to impaired immune functions and actively lowers the effectiveness of vaccines like hepatitis B and tetanus. Finally, keeping toxins out by quitting smoking, which prevents rheumatoid arthritis risk, and limiting your alcohol intake prevents severe immune system degradation over time.
We so often treat sleep, movement, and a balanced diet as optional chores, things we'll, eventually get around to when the schedule clears up. But as we've seen today, they are your primary biological defense. They are the frontline guards and the special ops of your health. So I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to carry with you. Are you giving your immune system the tools it needs to fight for you tonight? Thank you for exploring the science of your biological armor with me today on this explainer. Keep moving, prioritize that rest, and build that fortress.